My name is Max James, and as always, I am one half of the Two-Ton Nerds, and today is day 23 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project presented by the Two-Ton Nerds. And the theme for this week has been double features, and the double feature I'll be watching today is a couple of the 8 films to die for of Horror Fest entries. First up, it will be Dark Ride and Crazy 8. Those are the two I'll be watching today. I have a lot going on today, so I'm going to get right into watching these movies. And as always, I'll be back in a few seconds to tell you what you need to know about these movies. I just got done watching Dark Ride, and as well as Crazy 8. They are part of the 8 Films to Die For After Dark Horror Fest event that took place a while back. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of things about this movie before I kind of tell you what I really think about this movie. Essentially, the plot boils down for Dark Ride is a bunch of friends who try to save up on some money on a hotel to have more money to spend on spring break. They end up kind of doing a dare to spend the night in a dark ride that actually had some history in the past, because a bunch of people has been killed. What a dark ride is basically, it's one of those things where you kind of sit on a little one-car roller coaster and you just kind of go through and things kind of pop out at you. That's pretty much what it is, and and I commend this movie. I really do. I really do commend this movie because of the special effects. Because they're all practical. They remind me of the older horror movies like Friday the 13th. That's really what it reminds me of, but they just don't do it well. The best special effect in this movie is when this dude gets his head chopped in half, and it's not really, it's done well, but it's just, you've seen it 1,000 times. So then the plot for Crazy 8 is basically a bunch of people, a bunch of friends who grew up knowing each other. They mourn one of their own. He died, and during his will reading, they kind of find a map to an older house, and then once they all kind of convince one another to go to the house with some very hesitation, because this one guy is kind of being a wank in this movie, and he kind of takes him it's like, all right, fine, I'll do it if they go, and they all go, and weird things start to happen. And the weird things start to happen aren't really weird. They're just they're not very good. I'm really disappointed in the reason why I bought these movies, because they're Horror Fest movies, and my taste in movies have kind of grown over the time I've actually watched these. So, but Crazy 8, I do have to commend it for its cast. The cast of the movie actually is pretty decent compared to Dark Ride and some of the others. But I think the best cast out of all the Horror Fest ones is Wicked Little Things, because it has actually pretty good cast members in that one. But anyways, Crazy 8 works better as an episode of Supernatural. I really do think, because it would feel better with Dean and Sam kind of in the background trying to solve this case. That's pretty much what Crazy 8 feels like to me. It was like, where's Dean and Sam through this entire movie? So that's really all I gotta say. So I'm going to kind of get in my classification scale, 1 being the worst and 5 being the best. 1 is your run-of-the-mill horror movie. 2 is best watched with a group. 3, it's a good horror movie, but this doesn't offer anything new to the horror genre. 4 helps push the horror genre forward. And 5 is being a horror classic. And Dark Ride is a number 2. It's a strong number 2. It's best watched with a group, but if you don't watch it with a group, then pass it. It's either watch it with a group or don't. So, in Crazy 8, it's a 1. It's a run-of-the-mill horror movie. You've seen it 1,000 times, and it works better as a episode on TV, because most of the gore effects in this movie I've seen worse in Supernatural. So it works better as a TV show. So that's really all I gotta say. My name is Max James, and as always, I am one half the Two-Ton Nerds, and I'm gonna go geek out.